Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Coco Modest, and I'm back like I never left. I'm back with a new video. Okay guys, I know I haven't been forthcoming. Does it feel like I haven't been forthcoming? Does it feel like I've been backsliding? Don't worry, this time around the God is promising to be consistent in a way that it's going to be favorable for a lot of us, because I received some calls just barely 1 week that I didn't post, and I'm like, little me, who am I that you guys even noticed that I haven't been there like I used to? So I really appreciate everybody who reached out to say, where have you been, what's going on? It's just 1 week, guys, and I think I'm just too small for anybody to even notice that I haven't been consistent. I think I have just few persons viewing my videos, but then when I don't post, somebody saying, where have you been? That's a big deal for me. Like, it's an encouragement, it's inspiring. That's why I just have to be up and doing. Okay guys, thanks to everyone that reached out to me one way or the other. Everything is okay. It's just that one thing led to the other and I decided to slow down. But then guys, there are people who encourage you to do better. Thank you very much guys. With that being said, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be talking about culture. Culture is a people's way of life. Most times we identify people through their culture, and even looks can be peculiar to some persons. Okay, so we can also say that looks are cultural. There are some looks that are peculiar to Indians, to Chinese, and just like that. Okay, so culture is a big thing. I have been opportunity to be in a multicultural classroom, and trust me guys, it's beautiful. All right, so today we're going to be talking about some cultural experience here in China. Culture shock. In this video, nobody's right or wrong. Okay, I won't say that this culture is right or it's wrong. So many things can lead to a person's culture. It could be historical, it could be the grooming, it could be the environment. A lot of things can contribute to this kind of things. Okay, sit back and relax. If you think this video is gonna interest you, stay back guys. Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, guys, hurry up and subscribe. And thanks to my returning subscribers, thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why I keep coming back. Thank you so much. Let's get right into the video. Okay, the first one I'll be talking about is greeting. I'm not going to be talking about the whole Chinese pattern of greeting, but there is this particular one that's kind of ideal to them and is different from every other kind of greeting that I've ever seen. Okay, just the way someone says hello, how are you, is the same way a Chinese person is going to say ni hao, ni chi fan lama. It just means hello, have you eaten? Okay, and you're wondering, why is this person asking me if I've eaten? Okay, they just care about you and they want to know if you have eaten. And it doesn't mean that when you say no, I haven't eaten, they're gonna take you to a restaurant or give you food or whatever. No, they're just asking you to know, just a kind of greeting. It's not like they're gonna do anything about it. Okay, so when they ask you chifan lama, you're supposed to say chila, I've eaten, or I haven't eaten. And then when you say you haven't eaten, they're gonna say, oh, you haven't eaten, it's late, you should eat something, hurry up and go and eat. That's all. It doesn't mean they will be like, okay, let us go and eat, something like that. And even when they say, okay, let's go, I'm on my way to a restaurant, let's go and eat together, you go there and you think they're gonna pay for you or they're gonna help you with something or something like that. Hell no. You get there, you eat your food, you have your meal, and they have theirs, and you pay for your meal, they pay for their meals, and they go. So you're going to be wondering, you were asking me if I've eaten, and then I followed you here. I was thinking you're going to do something about it. Hell no, it's nothing like that. Okay, so when a Chinese person is saying ni chifan lama, if you don't have strength to start explaining why you haven't eaten or anything, just say wachila nina, and they're going to say, oh, I'm ready, I'm on my way to go and eat, or I already ate, so I already had something. Okay guys, so it's kind of weird to me why somebody's going to be asking you, have you eaten, and then they're not going to do anything about it. But it's a Chinese culture, and something led to it, because I already asked some Chinese persons why they do that a lot, and the person said it's historical. Something led to it. Alright guys, the next one I'll be talking about is baiting. I got here and I found out that Chinese people bait at most once in a day. Unlike black people. And it's not just Chinese. I have classmates and friends from Thailand, from Kazakhstan, from just around Asia as well. Yeah, they are all Asians. And I think even outside of Asia, most people just bait once in a day. Yeah. Where we're coming from, you have to bait when you wake up in the morning before you step out, and then when you come back, you have to bait before you go to bed. So getting here and finding out that these people don't even bait in the morning, they only bait in the evening before they go to bed. All right, so okay, let tell you this story. I was always late to class, you know. When then they said class is 8 a.m., maybe 7:50, I'm still racing to get to class because you have to wake up early, you have to have your bath, you have to take care of yourself, and then you have to there before you can rush to school. When I get there, every other person is settled. People from Kazakhstan, Thailand, even Chinese, everybody's there. And you're wondering, what time do you wake up? And I don't even do makeup. When you get there, some of them have their makeup on. In fact, they always have their makeup on, the ladies. And you're wondering, do you even wake up at, do you wake up at 4 a.m. and start doing all of those things? Then, after a while, I found out that it is me who is the cause of my problem. I wake up in the morning and instead of washing my face, clean up, and then do one or two things on my face and looking beautiful, I am busy having a full bath. That is the shock I had on my face the day I was told that they don't bathe in the morning. So I'm like, how? Why? It's their thing. It's how, there is even a belief, Chinese people believe that when you wake up and you bathe, you wash off the day's luck. You don't have to wash off the day's luck. So you have to wake up and then you go around your normal duties. When you come back in the evening, you wash up and then you go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, comb your hair, dress up, and then you go out. That's their thing. But black people, you bathe in the morning, you bathe in the night. So how do you feel about this one too? Okay guys, let me know how you feel in the comment section. I want this to be very interactive. What do you feel about these? So let's talk about this in the comment section. Okay guys. Alright guys, the next on my list is kg, kilogram. Most buying and selling here in China have to be done in kilos, you know, have to be measured in kilos. Especially things that are like food, fruit. Okay, aside the ones that have a full price tag on them, that you just pay the full price is there, you pay and you take the goods. Another thing is being measured in kilogram. Things like fruits and food. Let's say you try to buy watermelon, you go for a bigger one because you think it's going to be more juicy, and someone else is going for the smaller one because of one or two things. Your price can never be the same, because when they weigh it, you're going to pay according to the size, according to the quantity of your goods, okay, of what you're buying. So it's just weird. Okay, so it's not like when they say, oh, watermelon is 200 and you just come and choose and then they tell you the price. No, everything has to be weighed. You don't guess, like you don't have to guess. They'll tell you like the kilogram, and then they weigh it and multiply it by the size of what you're buying, and then you pay. There is nothing like Jara. If you tell them to add more for you to give you Jara, just know that the more they're adding it and they weigh it, you're going to pay for all of them. It is not Jara. But then the only time you can actually get Jara is when you've secured your product and you pay, then you can ask them to add more for you. You know, most times they don't even agree. They'll tell you, no. Most times they don't give to you. But when you have a customer who already knows your face and you're familiar with, they can add more for you. For every little thing that is being added to your whatever you're doing, the size is changing, and then you have to pay. Where I'm coming from, you can always say, add more for me, add Jara for me, now add Jara for me. And then the Jara is just there. You're still going to pay the original price we are told, regardless of what they add to whatever you're buying. Here it's not like that. Anything they add to you, you're going to pay. Okay guys, so you have to be careful when buying something and when you're going to be asking for Jara. Make sure the Jara you're getting, you're not paying for it. Okay guys, the next on my list is accidents. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky. You just have to clean your ears so you understand what I'm trying to say, and then don't misquote me. Okay, let me begin with saying sorry. If a Chinese person is not the cause of your problem, you are likely not to hear anything sorry from them. Yeah, because they believe that you can only say sorry to someone who you caused their pain. So if they're not the root cause of your problem, of your pain, you might not get them to say sorry to you. There was this day I was writing and my pen kind of broke and injured my finger. So I gave out a little cry of pain, you know, I expressed pain, and then I was expecting people around me to say, oh, sorry, what happened? They asked me what happened. They were like, what happened to you? Oh, you need to be careful. Nobody said sorry. So I was asking them later on, why didn't you guys say sorry to me? They were like, we are not the cause of the problem, so why do we have to say sorry? So I told them it's different from where I'm coming from. If you see someone who is in pain or anything, you can just say, oh, sorry about that. So they were like, wow, really? Then one of them asked me a question. This person said, what will the main person that caused your problem, let's say somebody hit you and then every other people are saying sorry to you, what will the person who actually did the hitting say to you? And I'm like, sorry. Everybody says sorry. People who were there, who witnessed the whole incident, is gonna say sorry. The person who caused the pain is still gonna say sorry. Like, really, guys, this is not how this thing is done where I come from. When you encounter pain or you have something hurting, anybody around you will just say, sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Including the person who caused the pain. Maybe the person who caused the pain will have to show more remorse because they are the cause of the problem. But every other person just say, oh, sorry. But here in China, sorry is only for the person that caused your pain. This sorry thing, I'm not saying that everybody in China doesn't say sorry because they are not the one that caused your problems. There are some persons that already started using it, and some persons don't even intend to use it in years to come because they still stick to the, if I'm not the cause of your problem, I don't need to say sorry. I feel pity, but saying sorry, I'm not the cause of your problem, sorry is for the person who caused your problem. But I think there are other adjectives they use to express feelings when you're hurt other than sorry. Yeah, I think there are. Okay, so then accidents. Most times when you're involved in an accident, maybe you fell off or you broke your arm or something happened to you, accidents, and then you're expecting people to rush to you, to pick you up, to carry you and do one or two things, to not show your pain and this and that. It's not gonna happen. You fall on your own. People are gonna be passing, like minding. Everybody minds their business here. It's not their problem. You fall on your own. You get involved in an accident, they can only gather and look and like, oh, what's happening, take pictures. Nobody's going to come touch you. But then there is a history behind this. I asked some question about this particular one. So I was told that long time ago, there was this old woman that was falling off a car or something like that, and the younger person tried to help. But after the whole thing, the lady still fell, but didn't sustain the kind of injury she would have sustained if not for the person. But the weird thing about this situation was that the lady in question, the one who fell, started blaming the other person who helped for her predicament. She said the other person was the one who pushed her. And then, here in China, if you injure someone, you have to keep paying the person until they get better, and then when they feel like you've done enough, you have to pay for their hospital bills, you have to do a lot of things. So it's better you don't even injure anyone. You have to be very careful because whatever thing you do, it has consequence. Alright, guys. The thing became so bad, the story went viral because this person tried to help, and at the end of the day, he ended up being the enemy. So, and so many other stories like this that stopped them from helping people, because you don't know when you help someone who is actually looking for trouble. Sometimes they start when they found out it was kind of lucrative, you act like you're having issues and someone helps you, and then the person starts paying you. A lot of people started doing it. Then it became like, when you're trying to hoodwink people into believing you're falling or you're having a problem, and you end up blackmailing them and then getting something from them. So people learned to mind their business. This was what I was told by somebody. So I don't know if this is the only reason why they just let you fix yourself by your problems by yourself. The only persons that can come close to you is your relations, people that know you. Every other person, provided they are strangers, they're gonna walk past. I have an experience too. The first day, like the day that I landed China, I fell at the airport, right? Was it at the airport? No, at the train station. I fell at the train station when I arrived Guangzhou. So I was traveling from Guangzhou to my city, okay, by train. So that day at the train station, there is always this demarcation, the train and the floor. And they always want people to be careful of the space between the train and the ground floor, like the space, I don't know how to say it, but then if you use train often, you're going to know what I'm talking about. But then it was my first time using train or something like that. I got there and I was trying to taking my box into the train. Then my leg slipped into the hole. I fell into the hole on just one leg. Okay, so I was in severe pain. I cried. That was my very first day in China. I cried. I was hoping that people would run to my rescue, try to drag me out of that place. Nobody. The only person that I even tried was the man I was with, the Chinese man I was with. He was the one who was going to help us transport our boxes or something like that. So he was the one that was trying, but then my weight was too much for him to be able to pull me out alone. He needed help. Nobody helped, nobody. Until my country mates, we traveled together, they came along and then helped me. So I was there until they came and helped me. That day it was so weird. Everybody was just passing like nobody was crying beside them. Everybody was just passing as if they couldn't even see me. So that one was really, really a shock. It was a shock. Really. So guys, what do you think about this particular one? Comment section, let's talk about this. Okay, and the next on my list is lunchtime. They don't joke with their lunchtime here in China. Let me start by telling you that every city in China have a particular time set aside for rest every day. For my city, it's 12 to 2:30. All right, the break time is from 12 p.m. to 2:30. Okay, this period you can go have some rest, eat, do whatever you want to do, and then you resume classes, resume duties, resume work at 2:30. Okay guys, so once it's 12, you see everybody rushing to the cafeteria, rushing to the restaurant to go eat. People are going back to their hostels to sleep. People are going back to their house to sleep, to do anything they want to do. Okay guys, so it's kind of shocking to me. Once it's 12 o'clock, you see everybody rushing to go and eat something. Yeah, that's different. Okay, this is not about this company, they have a break time, or this school have certain break time. It's the same everywhere. Once it's 12 is the break time. To okay, some people have the space of 1 hour or 2 hours, so the difference is the duration, but everybody in China already knows that once it's 12, it's a break time. Okay guys, so let's see if we have the same break pattern every other place in the world. Comment from where you're watching and tell us more about this, because I would love to know more. Alright guys, that's for this one. The next one is loud knock. This particular one, I'm not going to call it like a culture, but it's one thing I noticed here in China. People knock on your door as if you're owing them rent. They don't knock quietly. The sound of the knock is going to wake you. Loud knock is not like it's a culture thing, but it's an experience. So the delivery man is going to bang on your door. Come out and do your COVID test, people will bang on your door. Hello, are you around? Is your neighbor around? We bang on your door. You guys are so noisy, we'll bang on your door. Okay, so for every reason or anything they want, they're going to bang. They're never going to knock quietly. That one is really annoying. You might order for something, and then when they get there, they're knocking as if they're very sure that you're sleeping. So they're knocking to wake you up from sleep so you can come and get your door. And I don't get it. The loud knock is really annoying. Most times I always have problems with them. When I open, I'm like, why are you knocking so loud? Why are you knocking like that? Can't you just knock slowly? I even prefer that you get to my door and you call me and come out and open the door and we do whatever you want to do. Because that knock, you know, your heart is just gonna skip if you're not used to it. Okay, so that's one of the things I noticed. Then the next one is everywhere looks the same. Like everywhere practically looks the same. You can get missing any day, anytime, because this place is looking like the other place. Okay, the next one is covering nose. When Chinese people see foreigners, they cover their nose. It is true. When they see us, most times they're like, but it's mostly the old people. I think the younger ones are beginning to get used to having foreigners around and stuffs like that. So, but then I'm not going to tell you that it's completely out or erased. It's still there. Most of them haven't been out of their country. They don't know anything about outside world. So most times they see you and they feel like, I don't know, I don't have any excuse for them on why they act the way they do, but trust me, it's annoying. Okay, so that's one. Another one is taking pictures. You know, unaware pictures, unknown pictures. You don't even know, but they take pictures of you because phone is a huge thing here. Like it's just easy for them to, you know, take pictures. Okay, so only the polite ones will come to you and ask you politely to take pictures with them, and then most times you take these pictures and they say thank you to you. But some are going to toto that they're just going to hide and take a picture of you. Hot water. Hot water is a huge thing in China. You can see a Chinese person that haven't had anything cold water in 5 years. You can see a Chinese person that has been taking only like strictly hot water for years. hot water is a big thing for them. Most times they carry their water bottles, right? Yeah, they take it, and sometimes it can be hot water mixed with herbs, lemon, ginger, Chinese tea. Oh, Chinese tea is huge. When you take hot water, you feel different. Try it. You can go on hot water therapy to see how useful it is, but trust me, it's actually cool, you know. Actually, because it makes us here to also want to adopt it, because when you start doing it, you find out that it's actually nice. Cold water most times is not so wonderful, in as much as it has this relief feeling. Trust me, hot water does it better. So maybe you should try this hot water therapy. Always go around with your hot water or your bottle of water, so you can always sip it whenever you feel dehydrated, and then you'll see a difference in your life. It's actually nice. Trust me, it is cool. It is recommended in the hospitals, anything. And most times these little things we go through, illness and all those kind of things that you don't even know you always take drugs for, hot water can actually help. This is true. So maybe you can adopt this hot water therapy and see if your life is not gonna change for good. Okay guys, the next on my list is Chinese tea. When you get to China, you find out that mixing milk and Milo and chocolate is not tea. That one is milk, chocolate, just like the name implies. Tea, most times tea can be medicinal. Okay guys, so when I got here and I found out that you don't call what we call tea is different, but at the end of the day, our tea is our tea. Here you don't make your tea and bring bread. You're taking tea because you know it has something it's doing in your body. Okay, so I hope you learned something. Glass of milk, you go for a glass of milk. You want a glass of chocolate, you go for a glass of chocolate. Don't mix chocolate and milk and then say you're having tea. But do we even care? I'm sure we're not even ready for this conversation, so let me just leave it for some other time. But here, tea is a thing, okay? Just like hot water, tea therapy too. They take tea. When you visit a Chinese person, they offer you, just the way people offer, oh, do you want a glass of coffee? They're gonna ask you, do you want tea? They add so much value to it, and then to you it's just normal Chinese tea, but then it's not normal. Some of them are really expensive. Some are so expensive and some are not. Okay, so when you get these expensive ones, only them know, because it's something, it's their life, all right? It's their lifestyle. All their life, this is what they do. So they already know the difference between the teas. They know they taste it and they know this is a good tea and this is not a good tea. Don't forget, I am not talking about milk and Milo and chocolate and Ovaltine and the Bolvita. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tea in the real sense of tea. Okay guys, let's know how you feel about this in the comment section. Hurry up. I'm sure you're not even ready for this conversation. Nobody wants to hear that the tea they've always known is not the real tea, guys, but it's what it is. And then they have so many categories of tea. They have for slimming, they have for colon cleanse, they have for detoxification, they have when it comes to tea, just leave it for Chinese people. So many varieties of them, and they all have their own benefits. Okay guys, so that is it for Chinese tea. Do I have more on my... The next one is patriotism. This will be the last one. Chinese people are, I don't want to use vulgar words, but they are damn patriotic. Okay, a glass of water. Okay, better. All right guys. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but I haven't seen a country that love their country the way Chinese people love their country. They don't see you. They don't even know you exist. They don't even know you. All they know, most of them who haven't been out of China, they just know China. All right. So it's so difficult to convince them there is something better out there. Okay, pay so much attention to these things. They don't forget their histories. You see, China, what happened in 1780s, a child of 10 years knows. They don't joke with their history, and it's something that I feel everybody should adopt. There is nothing as good as knowing where you're coming from, because what will lead you to the next stage of your life or the next stage of your development is where you know where you're coming from actually. Then you know where to direct your energy. You will know where to channel whatever it is you're doing. So I think one of the things that helped China is their history, knowing your history. Okay, it's so important to know your history. So guys, when it comes to patriotism, leave it for Chinese people. Love of one's country. It's just like when you want to say patriotism is Chinese, because they are actually patriotic citizens. Okay, and the next one is China likes to be unique in everything they are doing. They just like to be different. Every other person celebrates New Year on the 1st of January. Normally it's the New Year, right? Chinese is even using a different calendar. China New Year is according to the lunar calendar. Sometimes it's middle of January, ending of January, beginning of February, whatever, according to their Chinese lunar calendar. So okay guys, I will stop here, and if you have more questions you can get on the comment section, and then we can have an interactive section right there. Let's talk about the things you think is weird, the ones you think is strange, the ones you think you can condone, the ones you think is too extreme. Just let's talk about generally what you feel about this video and the culture shock experience I mentioned. Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you had a nice time here. Okay guys, love you. Bye.